All right, brethren, we're here at the Powerhouse again. If you haven't watched previous videos, I've switched gyms. But we're here on International Chest Day. Gonna do some chest, of course, starting it off with dual cable cross. Yo, let me show you all the baddies they got in here. All right, beautiful. I have this thing set up where these arms are kind of in line with my chest. But I also, as I finished doing both arms, I was like, fuck it, let me just bring one arm over. And that shit actually was fucking pretty hard. So I'm gonna do some more of that. Just hold them both out like this, and then just have one arm and do each one at a time. Look at that boobie. This one kind of is hard to move right now. But yeah, that's just this. And this, I haven't been using a lot of weight. This is fucking 13 pounds. So this is one of those exercises where you can do honestly like 1,000,000 sets. I think technically I've done like 7 at this point, but the first couple were just kind of warm up, playing around with the different weight, playing around with the different positions. Really fucking with that one arm at a time shit. That was feeling pretty good. And I was able to, I like it because I can concentrate on the feeling, and I really feel it. I really feel it, and I really felt like, man, I'm getting some good activation, good pump and everything. So if you've never done that, I suggest trying it. I also wasn't standing too close to the thing. I was maybe like 2 feet in front of the machine, but that was it. And then just whoop, beautiful. We're gonna move on to something else. We're moving on to this seated dip. I only got 90 pounds. Should be good though. Again, I'm weary with things like this that puts my shoulder in a kind of awkward position, just because I've heard it in the past. Really don't want to hurt it again. No exercise is worth hurting yourself over. So brain blast. So I'm doing this seated dip. I did like 2 sets as intended, but then I was like, dude, what would happen if I turned around? Because I was doing a weight that was kind of heavy, wasn't necessarily feeling the greatest on my shoulder. Turn around though, and this seat looks like it's kind of meant to have your legs here, whatnot. But we put it in reverse, Terry, and I like this actually maybe more than regular way. So we're gonna do that. 2 things. Dude, this kid I was working out, finished my incline bench set, and then I just hear like water hit the ground. This kid fucking threw up. So I went into like teacher mode and I helped him clean it up, whatnot. Not my responsibility, but hey, I mean, that kind of sucks. But the second thing is like, dude, this other dude stole my bench while I was doing that. Like, what a cuck. So we're gonna move on to some other incline type deal. Oh, might be this thing. All right, we're moving on to this bad boy, the incline hammer strength machine. But yeah, that shit crazy. I mean, we've all been there before, so yeah, it's kind of embarrassing as well. I mean, you might feel embarrassed. I don't think it's necessarily like you should be embarrassed. Shit happens, so. Whew. All right, so like I've said in previous, time the fuck out. Really trying to keep this in my mind that I gotta keep my back flat against the bench. A bad habit of mine is I tend to arch. I arch my back like you would in a normal bench press. But doing that when you're doing incline kind of defeats the purpose. You wind up taking out the incline with the arching. So, yeah, so flat back. Probably gonna do like 3 more sets of this. And then move on to something tricep related. Shouldn't say related, more so focused. Tricep focused. All right, we're gonna do these bad boys, not triceps just yet. Upper chest, take a dumbbell, go whoop, right across. Okay, so we did these little tricep push downs. We did 1 set. And then I wasn't necessarily gonna do it, but we're gonna do the overhead like superset. So gonna do normal and then turn then whoosh. That feels really good, gives you a really good pump. I mean, it's a lot of reps for your triceps, so it's to be expected, but definitely got to do an overhead movement if you're not already. Okay, after this, I think I'm still going to use the cable, but just do one arm just to isolate each arm and kind of work on them. Make sure they're getting an equal amount of work, because I think for me, one side tends to dominate, and I'm trying to reduce that. So we're going to do that, and I do like cables. Cables provide continual resistance the entire time. It's also easy to set up. So all right, so I did the little tricep extensions with the cable, and then I ran into a friend, and also maybe I'm wrong for this, I don't know, you could let me know either way, but there was this girl, and she had like some crinkly ass paper hanging out at the bottom of her shorts, and I discreetly was like, hey, just so you know, like, you got like some paper hanging out or whatever. And she fixed it. She said it was the tag, but it was a pretty crinkly tag. But nevertheless, I feel like someone would want to know that. And yes, I'm a dude, but I can also be professional and objective, and there's no non-awkward way to do that. I felt like I was doing what Jesus would do. And then after that, I think Jesus would do some incline presses with the push-up superset off the bench. I think Jesus would do that, so we're going to do that as well. So I did the presses with the 45, the square guys, and one thing that I'm trying to remember, I might go down in weight, because with any sort of press, you might not need to necessarily arch your back if you're doing incline, but you should be engaging your lats. And once I made sure my lats were engaged to give me a nice platform to press off of, that weight got a lot fucking heavier. So I don't want to just do more weight for the sake of doing it. I want everything to be effective, and I want it to be targeted. All right, brethren. All right, brother. It is time for us to go. I have been here for far too long. We're going on hour number 2. Do you need to be in the gym for 2 hours? No. But again, I've just been having so much fun that it's been easy to just spend excess time in here. But now I need to go have some protein. I haven't really eaten much today, so unfortunately that did affect my workout, but fuck it, we ball. Anyhow, yeah. So, and also, another thing that I just thought of as we were walking is, take it easy, is that, dude, fuck a baddie. I don't want a baddie. I want a goodie. What the fuck's a goodie? That's a girl that's honest with her intentions, that is okay with, I don't know, doesn't need every male's attention in the vicinity or tri-state area. It is a girl that knows what she wants and isn't afraid to show it. A girl that's that's okay with being, I don't know, not trying to seem cool. And I don't know, one that you can actually build a life with, And it saddens me the more I see like people I know and my friends get into relationships or situationships. It just seems like, I don't know. I mean, I could not sit there and be okay with seeing someone and then like they are flirting with everybody else and like in front of you. That's a lack of respect. And see my last video, or my video about dating that I just made 2 days ago. But that shit's fucking wild to me. The audacity. And the thing is, guys, y'all, yeah, maybe even you, sit there and you accept it. You accept the bare minimum, and guess what? shit don't work out for you. And want to know what else? Then you complain about how there aren't any good women. And is that what I'm doing now? No, because I believe that there are good ones out there. But you got to do the things required to get a good one. A quality woman isn't going to, you got to have at least something going for you. You got to at least be able to talk with people, at least have some social skills. You got to be able to respect boundaries. You got to be able to create boundaries. When you have no boundaries or anything, that's how you become a doormat. And you don't want to be a doormat. Because if you think of yourself as a doormat, and you could say, like, I'm no doormat, but then your behavior, you accept so much bullshit, well, you're really communicating otherwise. You're communicating that you are a doormat. And, yeah. So, yeah, fuck that. Give me some of the goodies. I just want some wholesome ass shit. It's just, come on. It's just, I don't understand how people are here for it. It blows my fucking mind. It absolutely blows my mind. And it's not girls. There's guys too that are fucking, but I think when it comes to like attention seeking and just being an attention sponge, I think girls have it a little bit easier where they're able to really soak up all that fucking they could do that. Guys, it's a little more tough. You're not really, most guys aren't getting a ton of action or all these girls texting them or anything like that. The accessibility is much lower, but still behaviors are the same. But on that note, I'm getting the fucking car. I'm gonna go. I will see you next time.